anyone notice if I slipped off to the Hawaiian King for a day or two?
Haven't seen you around base before. You just passing through? Okay, name's Atwood. Nice to meet you. You really want to help out? All right, we'll see what you've got. Our vertebrates have seen better days. We had to tow them out of Camp Yosemite following a pretty nasty attack. They've been sent here for repairs, but it's unlikely they will see action again soon. Logistics are slow, as most parts are pre-war and these birds are low priority compared to arming troops on the front. To make things worse, we need to turn maize into fuel for these things, which will directly impact the troopers' food supply if we don't find a new supplier. I need help gathering parts for these vertibirds, and a steady supply of maize fuel. I'll start you on the parts first, and we can deal with the suppliers later. Trust me, I've been asking the same question. We have troopers sitting on their hands around here waiting to do something, and ineffective equipment waiting to be repaired. I suppose the higher-ups don't want any troopers getting injured out here, especially when we aren't a designated combat zone. They see these birds as unimportant compared to tossing troops into the dam, even if working vertibirds could save lives. It's not my place to judge, though. I'm sure there's a bigger picture I'm not seeing yet. Great. I'm going to mark a few areas of interest for you on your Pip-Boy. The first item we need is a new rotor blade. There's an old crash site to the south that may have something promising for us, but don't stick around too long. There's some leftover radiation in the crater. I can't get approval to check out the bird due to the rads, even though it'd just be a quick snatch and grab. Come back with a working rotor, and I'll give you a reward, and get you set up on the next job.
Ready, steady, fighty. Bad guys dealt with.
Hey again. This will do nicely. I'll have the guys put this in the repair shop and we'll get it replaced soon. Here, your reward. Are you ready for the next job? That would be incredible. I'd love to see you try. Go ahead. Just please don't break anything. Come back when you're done. I'll see to it that you're paid.
So hot out.
Hey again. Incredible. Well, that's the birds fully repaired then. Only one last thing left to take care of. I hope you're a good negotiator because I might need you to talk to some slimy individuals for this next task. Our vertibirds run on fuel that is hard to come by nowadays. We've been able to refine maize into a low-quality alternative fuel source, but we need big quantities. You could either secure us at least 30 units of maize, which would be enough for emergency evacuations, or you could work out a deal with one of the big players in town for a more steady supply. I'm sure you can imagine which one I'd prefer. Either way, I'll make sure you get paid for your help. Any questions? There are a lot of traders willing to help, but we'd need something consistent and sustainable. I'd suggest heading to the Fargo Trading Company by the motel. They seem pretty capable. Although, I can't say I know a ton about their goings-on. Make sure they aren't shady people before you sign us up. I mean, if you can scrounge 30 maize together, that should be enough to get the birds out of here in case of emergency. We wouldn't be making any trips to Vegas anytime soon, though. See you soon. Hey again. I'm the chief mechanic. I fix up basically everything, except the guns. Apparently, it voids the contract with the gun runners if I do that. Yeah, I have to repair the trucks too. It's a real pain. The sand roughs up the engines pretty good. I'm just happy I'm not the one that has to repair the ones out east. Those are the pre-war models. They're probably a goddamn nightmare. Roads are too tough, replacing the tires is a bitch, because of the raiders, you know, all the usual crap. At some point, just outsourcing all of our convoys to Brahmin caravans is cheaper than guarding and repairing our good vehicles. Oh, the vertibirds, right? They're big old flying machines. We took them from the Enclave decades ago. Sure. Camp Yosemite got attacked by the Brotherhood a month ago, so we shifted them west away from the front lines. Even if they are damaged, we don't want them falling into the hands of the Brotherhood. Maize. We distill the ethanol until we've got the best possible blend, and that's our fuel. It kind of sucks because the engines were not designed for it, and the range is just abysmal no matter how much we optimize them. I don't really know where the Enclave got all that oil, but we haven't been able to find it, so we're stuck with this. Yep. A whole fleet of them back west. Only 25 of them are fully operational, though. Most of them are committed against the Brotherhood, and there's a couple very small fleets in Baja and the Sonora. No. We don't have a dedicated refueling station there, and the reduced range that maize gives us prevents us from flying over there. Exceptions can be made for important visits or Bear Force 1, which gets the best fuel we have, but most of the birds have very limited range. Look, between you and me, I don't think General Oliver and the Bear Force see eye to eye. Oliver could sign paperwork to get a couple of vertibirds to the dam tomorrow if he wanted to, but he just doesn't want to. Yeah. They were some of the remnants of the old US government before the Great War, the ones that nuked everything. They apparently tried to kill the entire wasteland too. NCR and Brotherhood fucked them up good, and they're all gone now. Dayglow. Pretty nice place these days. My parents helped keep the radiation pumps fixed up, and I followed in their footsteps. Got a nice scholarship after enlisting in the Bear Force. I'll be out of here in 3 years. I'll probably try moving to the Boneyard, since that's where the jobs are these days. See you.
You're my best friend forever.
Hans just packed up and left Red Rock Canyon. Always thought the NCR and them would fight it out again.
Hey there. Need anything?
You hear about the black chip? I heard it's invite only.
Another quiet shift. Let's keep it that way.
Hey there, sugar. Look.
Got business here. My name is Stubbs. I'm the agricultural manager for the ranch now that Stanton's gone. The new bosses aren't really taking on any new farmers. Bunch of workers still contracted here. Just because there are new owners doesn't mean they can just kick everyone out. Otherwise, the new owners would have to eat the cost. Might as well spend less paying the wages instead of facing a compensation lawsuit. Stanton's last laugh. We already do supply maize to Fort Weston. We feed the entire fort, which is a difficult task, I assure you. We will need to raise the price per unit by, let's say, 20% to offset the increased demand. I barely know who you are. You don't have much business sense, huh? You'll need to find someone else to work with. Tell whoever sent you to bring someone with manners next time. You're lucky we don't cancel our whole supply operation over this stunt. Got business here? New bosses seem to think so. Me and the rest of them are only here until their contracts end, and then they head home. See you later. Got business here. We already Well, isn't this a breath of fresh air? Proper manners and some business sense. Nice change of pace to not argue about prices all day. All right, as a show of good faith to the fort, we will increase maize deliveries for the same rate previously agreed upon. Pleasure doing business with you.
You hear about the black chip? I heard it's invite only.
Hey there, sugar, looking for a little company or just passing through? I go by Gracie. I'll make you real hospitable, and you know what I mean. Used to be from the hub. That's all I really have to say on that. I don't really share my private life with customers. For 300 caps, I'll make you forget your troubles for a while. Interested? That stuff is worthless back in the hub. Good. Now you and me can find some place nice and quiet. Back for more, huh? Good.
Wine's a little warmer than I like, but I suppose we aren't in the hub anymore.
You've got dust on your shoes. Not from here, I'd wager.
Hey again. You continue to impress, don't you? Can't say I'm excited to work with Stanton Farms, but at least we didn't get screwed in the process. I'll throw in something extra for your good work. Thank you. Seriously. This is gonna save our asses. Now we'll just have to see if the brass will let us get some proper pilots over here to fly these things. If they ever get through the mountains of approvals necessary, maybe we'll let them loose on the Legion. Hell, who am I kidding? They'll sit here until they break again. At least we can evac some troops if all hell breaks loose.
If I was a people person, I wouldn't be an engineer. Hey, you're that guy that fixed up the vertibirds. Great job.
Arden could charge double, and we'd still line up for rooms.
Raise a glass of water this time. Sheriff Crow and Baker just put down the bottle and picked up the badge for real. Town's been rough without it, but now
Hi,
things are looking
looking
up.
to get a room? The Hawaiian King is Baker's very own desert oasis. Whether you are looking to stop on the long trip east or relax in luxury, we have you covered. You can enjoy the only purified swimming pool between the hub and New Vegas, a 5-star dining experience at the 9 Island Bar and Grill, scenic desert views in all directions, and we are walkable to all the wonderful shops in Baker. Well, if you're looking for something fun to do, we have an exclusive partnership with an actual speakeasy and underground casino. Speak to Juanita in the pawn shop if you'd like more information. Isn't Vegas one of the biggest hotspots for NCR tourists right now? Why do you think that is? Do you think all these rich gamblers with money burning holes in their pockets can walk 300 miles into the city? If you're worried about the Republic, you should be glad we have a casino here. We save a lot of tourists from getting caught on the dangerous roads. Of course, I'd highly recommend a trip to the world's largest thermometer, but you may want to steer clear of the gift shop next door. You can opt for the Zeaton Jerky Mart across the street instead. The owner is a bit more honest. We also have a lovely frontier store in town if Western goods are your style. Lastly, I'd recommend a stop at the Baker Library. Just look for the Cup of Joe sign. I love relaxing with a new book on the beach chairs outside. We have guests with expensive tastes, so it's in everyone's interests that they are comfortable. Mr. Hightower is the largest water merchant in the Republic, and he owns a home just up the hill. He often wines and dines his business partners at our restaurant, and in exchange for clearing the place out, he provides us with an endless supply of water for our pool. We're a well-oiled machine here with a lot of moving parts. Anytime. I'm sorry, our bungalows are all currently reserved by other guests. I'll let you in on a little secret. Our last bungalow is actually reserved for the Black Chip Casino. If you win enough, they'll throw it in to get you to leave. Speak to Juanita in the pawn shop if you'd like more information. I've been the owner of the Hawaiian King for around 2 decades now, I think. When I took it over, it was a burnt heap of crap. Looked like it had been that way for a long time. The name was already here, and thankfully, so were a lot of the trees. I have no idea how they survived, but these palms are hardy. I received a loan from Stanton to fix up the motel at a rate I couldn't believe. He even sent some of his workers to clean up the place, and when I told him I couldn't afford the help, he just said, "Gratis," and waved his hand. I did support Stanton, and I won't let his legacy be tainted. This town wouldn't exist without him, and I fear for what will happen to us now with him gone. I don't know, a king of some island maybe? Anytime. Of course. That will be 250 caps, or 600 NCR dollars, please. I assure you, our rooms are worth every dollar. Of course. Wonderful. Your room is number 103. Look for the middle door on the first floor. Enjoy your stay. Bye now.
No spot.
Hey.
Enjoy your time at the Hawaiian King.
Ah, you got my note. Wonderful. You've been making moves here in town, meeting some big players. Perhaps it's time you meet another. I am Shandor, of Shandor and Company. No, that's not how it works for you people. Attitudes like that are why you people stay poor. It's what you deserve. You're nothing but...
Hey there.
Hey,
What?
Wasteland Wanderers. You're tuned in to Radio Baker, where the music's fresh, the
Hey, boss wants to talk to you. Don't keep him waiting.
Ah, you... Yes, it is. I'm sure you have questions. No time for pleasantries, then. Very well. Tell me, are you willing to engage in extra-legal matters of business? You have no right to pick where the king sends the pawn. The question stands. Good. Are you familiar with a Walter Phoebus? Phoebus is a rat bastard. He needs to die, and I am willing to pay an enormous sum to kill him. He violated my land rights, let his bighorners graze on my lands, pretends he isn't a baron to the rubes. He beat the charges by crying crocodile tears in front of a jury. I want him dead. Payment will be 5,000 NCR dollars. Extra? Yes. I think I would. Kill her, and an extra $2,000 are yours. Good. Payment will be 5,000 NCR dollars. Don't return here until you're finished.
Talk to him.
Is the Phoebus situation? Then hurry up and
Not me.
Is the Phoebus situation?
talk to him, not...
Ah. I am an agri-baron. I feed the NCR's great appetite. 10 million acres going to fuel the stomachs of everyone in the NCR. From the lowest homeless scum to the High Tower himself. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. I'm negotiating a food supply contract for the Strip. The Ultralux in particular is a very rapacious client. I chose to spend my time here instead of the Strip because I don't want to step foot through Freeside until the NCR army has cleaned the filth. Outside of me, the answer is relative. If you mean the most important to Baker, it would of course be Frick Stanton. If you mean the most important in Baker, it would be Hightower. Stanton is a crude, vulgar man who is not capable of functioning in the important hub's social circles. But he is a skilled businessman in spite of that. Very few could stop being a Brahmin baron for a decade and then resume with no issue. It's stupid. He made a good business decision, and they didn't. Investing in the Long 15 was a better choice than Bullhead. And now that Bullhead is lost, he's rubbing it in their faces. I can't blame him. But the important barons, the ones in Reading like me, well, we have no beef with him. Not so fast. Tell me, are you with... Good. A word of advice, but... Extra. Good. Payment will be 5,000 NCR dollars.
Me.
Aloha. Looking for something to drink? Take a look. Aloha. Look. Long story. You don't want to hear it. Aloha to you as well.
Even if the world burns down, the Hawaiian King will still be standing.
Aloha! Welcome to Ninth Island Grill. The most exotic foods from the West. Poi from my people, rice and seaweed from the waters of San Francisco, cram musubi from the Golden Gate Borough. Why, of course. Oh, one rule. No takeouts. What you buy, stays in here. I insist. Hey, welcome back. My name is Kai. A small town called Bodega. It's north of San Francisco, still in Frisco territory. Not the city, mind you, but the outskirts, by Moana Nui Akea. Outsiders can't really say the word. The big water, the ocean, the Pacific, the edge of the world beyond maps. Whatever you call that eternal blue horizon to the west. Not anymore. My ancestors crossed the waves for the mainland centuries ago, in the weeks after the Great War. Many died to the storms, to pirates, to the monsters of the deep. They settled the land and tamed the coast. They called it Hawaii, A place of 8 islands born of rock and fire. It exists. I've seen old world maps of the whole world. I do wonder if it is still there, or if the relentless ocean has claimed it. When I was younger and full of energy, I was an adventurer like you. I decided to journey, to go east and search for a local legend of my people, the 9th island. Our legend said when the gods of the old world created Hawaii, they created a 9th island in the middle of the desert so we'd always be connected with the mainland. My church called it Las Vegas. I found a map when I was a kid and decided that I would be the one to find it and return home with tales of glory. I found it all right, the old world city of Las Vegas. When I got there, I found nothing but violence. No trace of anything resembling my people. Just cannibals, thieves, gang lords, cults. No friends to be had. No trophies to return with. I stopped adventuring after that, making my way back home through the long 15. On the way back, I met Arnie at a trade shop in a place called Good Springs. She had found this place and told me that running into me was destiny. Apparently so. It's not really comforting to think I was always meant to run a grill instead of finding real adventure out in the wastes. Uh-huh. Of course. You want seconds? That was a long time ago. There's nothing but disappointment everywhere. I'm happy just to tend my grill and talk to customers. Have a nice day.
There's a reason why they call it the Hawaiian King. This right here is the best place to be. There's a reason why they call it the Hawaiian King.
Had a dip in the pool
This
yet?
right here is the best place to be.
Cleanest water for miles.
Yeah, I don't think so. Finish your food before you leave, or I'm gonna bar you from eating here again. Look, if you're forgetful, that's one thing, but if you actually walk out of the door with my food, then that's it.
Had a dip in the pool yet? Cleanest water for miles.
You want seconds? Have a nice...
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
You've been doing a lot of good work out there, setting an example for the others. I know Ranger Jackson appreciates it. More than you have already? Might want to ask around, but truth is, you've helped a lot in the short time you've been here. Until next time.
Background? Fine then.
Move along.
Fucking Crocker couldn't find his ass if it wasn't on his backside.
Dancing makes me sweat all over.
It's hard to sleep in this place.